I recently wrote about how we shouldn't be using pie charts like this and that we should be using bar charts instead. The main reason, it's not the only reason, but the main reason is that our eyes just aren't made for telling the difference between 2D areas, but they're really good at telling the difference between the lengths of objects, even if it's really small. So I have this example here. Here are the goals scored by the home team in the top 5 European football leagues. And I have 2 selected, so it's pretty obvious that Serie A has more goals than the Premier League. But let me add another league. Now we see it's quite hard to tell which one has more, and this gets even worse when I add in all the leagues. Now you may say, why aren't you just showing the numbers and how many goals they actually scored? So yeah, let's do that. If I do that here, sure, we can see that, yeah, we can tell how many goals are scored in each league and which one's the highest. But there's a problem here. If I'm looking at the orange one, I don't really know what the orange one is. I have to look up. Say, okay, it's La Liga. But then what's the dark blue one? I have to look up again. It's League One. And you might say, okay, why don't you just add the categories next to the slices? All right, let's do that this time. We go there, gonna add that. And now, yeah, we can see what the name of the league is, and how many goals they've scored. But now that we have all this information, what's the point of actually having, all these slices here? It's much more compact and easier to read if we just have it as a table. And yeah, that is much easier to read. And that's why I propose to use bar charts. Yep, they're simple, but look, even if I remove these numbers here, let's do that right now, you can still tell, that this one is more than this one. This one's slightly bigger than that one. And even here, you can still tell maybe that there's a slight difference in the length there. And another thing is that we don't have to use all these different colors, which even though they might look, fancy, they're actually pretty bad. And the more colors you use, it's more confusing to your audience. And we can use it only when we want to actually highlight and draw attention to a certain thing. So yeah, many reasons why bar charts are better.